Hi, and welcome to Alaskan in the Philippines, currently in Thailand. Today I thought I'd give you all an update on my surgery. For those that don't know, are just tuning in. I had a hernia and I decided to get it fixed here in Hua Hin, Thailand. I was in the Philippines. I considered getting it done there, but I decided to not to because I would have had to go to Manila. And I figured I'd make a border run to Thailand anyway. I had enough of the Philippines for a while. So I scheduled an appointment. I went to 2 hospitals. I got a price quote from the first one, which was Bangkok Hospital here in Hua Hin. And that price quote was 130,000 baht. And at the current exchange rate at the time, that came to 4,000 US. So I decided to get another price quote at the Hua Hin Government Hospital here in Hua Hin, and their price quote, he quoted me 20,000. So I heard they were the same doctors that work at both hospitals or do surgeries at both hospitals anyway. I heard they're really good. People had said they were really good, and I actually read a good review in Google about this hospital and an actual hernia repair someone else had done for roughly 20-some thousand, 25,000 too. So I decided to try it, and it's been a week since. I did go in a week ago and got the procedure. It was 2 nights in the hospital. I had to go in and get prepped for surgery with a bunch of tests, and then I overnighted, and then the next morning I got the surgery, and then had to spend 1 night again. I was in pain, so the actual night after made sense to stay 1 night as expected for me. I was in pain, tough, hard to walk to the bathroom. I had to hire a private nurse because I couldn't get a private room without a nurse. And I never did get a private room anyway, but I could have. But I hired a nurse, and she cost me 500 baht every 8 hours. So that's $15 every 8 hours. So I had to pay her in 8-hour shifts. She stayed like two 8-hour shifts and a few extra hours. So I owed her 1,500. I gave her 2,000. So that was $60 for her to spend the overnight and into the morning with me. I was out of there by like 10:30, I think 11. The next day. And the total surgery price was 23,000. With the overnight stay in the hospital was 23,000, which came to like 693 US dollars for 2 nights stay. And I was in the hallway actually, but it was fine. I had a nice bed. I had a little cabinet I could put my stuff in. And I had that nurse there to stay with me and help me. She slept right there at the table waiting all night for me, which I was impressed. She just stayed the night of the surgery, from the day of the surgery on till the next morning, and that was it. Before that, I was alone. And I had an actual great experience in there. I was the only foreigner in there at the time on that surgery level. There was other people there that are getting surgery, and they just had surgery or just came out of surgery. So I was around a bunch of Thais that were going through their medical problems too. But anyway, it was a pretty good deal for me, $693. They even itemized it in English, but you do remember, if you ever do go there, you're going to have to use Google Translate, because a lot of the help, they don't speak English. Although I could usually find someone that did speak English close by that was always willing to help. They would step up if they spoke English and would translate for me, even though they were just patients themselves there or something. So that was always nice. The Thai people always bend over backwards. I can't say enough about their helpfulness of the people. And they actually itemized my bill here if anyone's interested, just if maybe you guys know medical expenses. But for me, just keep in mind 1,000 baht is roughly $30. So here's my room and meal for 2 nights is $1,025, so $30. Laboratory diagnosis and pathology, 1,400. So that's like 45 bucks or something. Nursing service was 1,125 baht. That's a little over 30, 35 or 36. Oh yeah, $134 again for the nursing service. And they came around, did my blood pressure all the time, did IVs. They had a bunch of saline solution hooked into me and gave me a bunch of antibiotics every few hours. So they were pretty busy on me. Radiology diagnosis was 360 baht. That's only like less than $10. Medicine was 370 baht. That's less than $10. Medical equipment was 1,000 baht, 1,145. So that was a little over 30 bucks. Orthosis and therapeutic equipment, 898, so that was 25 bucks. Medical supplies, 831, so again, 25 something bucks. Another diagnosis, whatever that is, was 375, so I guess they asked another guy maybe. Take-home medicine, which was all my 2 packages of pain medicines, one's for pain and one's for severe pain. And one was antibiotics for 7 days, and that was 60 baht total. So a little over $1.60 probably for all my medications. So in the total of 23,109 baht, which just totally blew me away. After getting a price quote of the other hospital of 4,000, which would have been a good deal compared to Alaska, but that was pretty good price, so I went with it. And it's been a week after so far, and actually my surgery is a complete success, I would say. The bulge is gone. I'm no more pushing my hernia back in, and it was really getting bad and uncomfortable. I had to constantly keep it pushed in, wearing a belt to keep it in when I was doing anything. It really sucked, and I'm glad I have it. And those of you that are lifting heavy stuff into your old age, especially if you're getting a belly, you better start wearing a hernia belt. If you're exercising, stressing, you're going for stress and high stress on your midsection, because your rib abdominal walls get thinner as you get aged, and I found that out the hard way. And it had a hernia. I had it for 2 years, and they never get better. They're just going to get worse. So if you have a small one now, keep in mind it's going to get worse later. Just keep a little bit at a time. It'll open up and get worse. Mine did anyway. But anyway, it's been a week. I just finished my last antibiotics. It's a little bit sore, but I'm up to about 80%. I feel like I could exercise a little bit, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hold off for another week at least, maybe finish the month of laying around, make sure it's fully healed, and then I will put on a belt again when I do exercise, because I got it struggling on the last push-up, maxing out. And the reason I had a blowout was because I just ate. I used to be of the mind, eat and then burn the sugar off, and that was a stupid thing, because I had a full belly, which was stretch my wall thinner anyway. And then I struggled on. I felt a little tearing, burning sensation. I thought, that can't be good, but it wasn't really a bother. But later I realized I had a little bump. That little bump kept growing. Every time I'd lift a big log or something, I'd feel it, or if I'd cough real hard, sometimes I'd feel a little burn, and I knew that just tore a little more. But now it feels really tight and good, and it's sturdy. They sew it up inside. They put a piece of mesh gauze and a piece of mesh in there, and then sew it up again. And it's just a little incision about this long, straight across, and looks like they taped it together with butterfly stitches. It's not even, I don't see, there might be stitches underneath it, but they got it, but this actual surgical incision just butted right up, all the butterfly stitches like that, right across it all. So I don't know if there's actual stitching underneath it or not too. I'm sure there is on the inside and in the mesh, but they butterfly stitched it, and if there's stitches. But anyway, I've had to go back out to the hospital again 2 times now to get my bandage changed. They gave me instructions written in Thai, and I had a girl write it in English, and she did for me. So I had to go out once before every 3 days is what they're saying. So I went out 3 days, and then today was the third day again, which was actually a week. And they charged me as each time for the bandage, and they even gave me an itemized bill for that, again, for my bandage change. And my nursing service for my bandage change was $140. And by the way, there was no waiting. I just walk right up, hand them my paper. I walk in a room. They tell me to lay down on a table and drop my drawers. And I had the total attention of 3 nurses and their bandages for about 20 minutes. Didn't take long. They just put iodine and clean the wound, or just rub some iodine across it. And it's all completely bandaged with butterfly stitches, so there's really no wound to get to, but they do the outer side, rub it with alcohol, and it looks like iodine solution or something. And the nursing service was 140 baht, so that's like $4.50 or something like that. $4.50 for the 3 nurses, or 2. And then the medical equipment was 30 baht. So that was like 75 cents or something like that. So they didn't have the bandage when I went back today. The first time they didn't have the one to fit the whole thing, so they had to put 2 of them side by side to cover the wound. And that was okay. And then they're waterproof bandages. They're just putting a piece of gauze underneath it. It's a good idea. I'm going to remember that for wounds. Just a piece of thick gauze. They put 2 stacked on each other, and then they put a waterproof plastic bandage over it, and it sticks to the skin really good. So it's just a gauze bandage touching it. So it breathes really good, and it's healing really good. No infection signs at all. No redness. It's really healed up quick already. It's only been a week, and I think it's fully healed. It feels like it. No infection. It's not weeping or no blood or any pus coming out anywhere. So I'm real happy about that, because I got no more antibiotics. That was it. Hopefully nothing comes of it, and I don't expect it to. So wow, that was my bandage changed. It's 2 of them now at 170 baht. So that's less than $6. It's like $5. I went in and saw a nurse. Of course, they have to shuffle all the papers, and I actually had to go in. They give me my paper. I go to the first window in the morning. They take my paper that they gave me, and they give me another paper and staple it to me and send me off. And I go out to find the room. Today I went up. I thought I had a doctor's appointment too, but I didn't. I just had a bandage. So next time I go in, I see the doctor and see what he says again. Maybe take the stitching out. I don't know. Hopefully they do. Or if it needs it, I mean, I ain't no hurry. But so my total bills after the $693 has been 170 times 2 for 2 bandage cleans. I'm guessing when I go in to see the doctor, that probably ain't going to cost me $30 either. It did cost me that at the Bangkok hospital when I went in to just get a price quote, and I got seen by a doctor. It was very good service. Went right in and was ushered right to the front. Didn't take me but a half hour to get seen after they took my information, you know. So they took care of me, seen me, gave me about a half hour with the doctor, and it was $30. It was 1,000 baht. So you pay right there, cash or card. They took card, but when I paid with a card, there was a percent charge, because they charged me like another 1,700 baht for a card fee, I think. So be aware of that. There's a percentage. You could probably pay cash and you would avoid that, but then you're going to have ATM fees that are pretty high too. So you're hooked either way. But yeah, what a great affordable health care they have in Thailand. I just love it. And I can't believe America can't do something like this. That's no excuse whatsoever. We can send billions and billions to Ukraine, but we can't have affordable health care. It's a total scam. We're getting ripped off by our government, by everybody. The healthcare system is controlling our government, is what it looks like, and it really sucks. I'm glad I'm here in Thailand. I couldn't ask for better service. I have 0 complaints, nothing but great things to say. And I'm glad if I have any other healthcare problems, I'll be here, and hopefully I can be here to have it fixed. I'll go in and I'll keep you updated on how it goes in the end. We'll see what the doctor says, and on Monday morning I'll go back out. Well, thanks for watching. Sure to subscribe, like. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.